The origin of the yellow and red cards come from the idea of an English referee, Ken Aston, who was confused when giving penalties to players who spoke a language different from himself. The idea originated from the great commotion in the match between teams from Chile and Italy in the 1962 World Cup. At the time, Ken Aston would expel a player from Italy, the name is Giorgino Ferrini, as a form of punishment for the violation he had committed. However, his orders in English were not understood by Ferrini, so he stayed on the pitch and played more arrogantly, until finally a policeman was involved to get Ferrini out of the green field. One day, Ken Aston stopped at an intersection and looked at a traffic light. Then the idea appeared. He suggested that the referee be given a yellow and red card. Then the idea of the referee being equipped with two magic cards was accepted by FIFA. The two magic cards were first used in the 1970 World Cup. Two magic cards, namely the yellow and red cards, apparently were stopped from being used. The use of the two magic cards was discontinued in 1981 and 1987. The termination was because at the time the referee was too easy to issue magic card during the match. So many players protest. Even so, until now the two magic cards are used again in various soccer matches. Here are some of the matches with the highest number of red cards. Number 1. Espanyol versus Barcelona on 23. Barcelona won 3-1, but the total red cards is 6 in that match. Also, they are get 6 yellow cards. Second, Petrolul Ploiesti versus Gasmetan on 2013. The final score is 1-1, but in that match the total red cards is 6, also 12 yellow cards. The third is Gremio versus Internacional on 2020. In that match they are getting 8 red cards, also the final score is 0-0. The coaches of both teams come onto the field. However, Ronaldo Gaucho and Eduardo Coudet were unable to calm their respective players. Referee Fernando Rapalini observed everything from a distance. The referee then mercilessly took action by issuing 4 red cards. 4 red cards for Gremio, also 4 red cards for Internacional. Number 4. Recreativo Linense versus Saltillo de Algeciras on 2009. This match is not a soccer match or a football match, again because they are getting 19 red cards. It was a red card for Recreativo that led the charge, leading to a gigantic brawl breaking out on the pitch and the game being abandoned. The referee then sent off 9 more players from each team in the dressing room to bring the impressive total up to 19 red cards. 5. Sportivo Emiliano versus General Caballero on 1993. The total red card is 20. It is began when 2 players were sent off by referee. A controversial double sending off sparked a large fight that lasted well over 10 minutes, at the end of which the referee had abandoned the game entirely amid a flurry of dismissals. At the time, the match was officiated by referee William Weller Martinez. In 2016, William Weller Martinez received a certificate from the Guinness Book of Records as the referee who issues the most red cards in one match. 6. Claypole vs Victoriano Arenas on 2011. In that match, get 36 red cards. In the first half, the referee rewarded 2 players with red cards. The match heated up in the second half, which caused a commotion. The referee also rewarded all players with a red card and expelled a number of staff on the bench. 7. Teniente Farina vs Libertad on 2012. 1 year later, after on 2011, there is a match with each getting 36 red cards. Then on 2012, also the same thing, it happens again. In that match, get 36 red cards. And the last is 8. Indonesia vs Thailand on 2023 on SEA Games 2023 in Cambodia. In that match, only get 4 red cards, but for yellow cards, there are 14 yellow cards. After the score was 3-2, the clash between Thailand players, trainers, and Indonesia had to happen. This moment made Indonesia and Thailand goalkeepers have to get red cards. This was an interesting match because it ended 2-1. The game should have been over and won by Indonesia, but extra time exceeded the capacity given and it became 2-2 for Indonesia against Thailand. Extra time ensued and the final score resulted in Thailand having to admit defeat with a score of 5-2.